First of all, let me introduce our alliance. Our alliance is called Chelsea. It's including Pearl Airline, Cozy Airline, Sky Airline, and Star Airline. Our home base is included in Singapore, Incheon, Melbourne, and Hong Kong. It is cargo airline. It will be scheduled airline that provides cargo service certain regions of a country. We are going to provide a maximum frequency of flights back and forth depending on the amount of cargo containers we have for the type of season on that type of situation. In cargo handling center, we should buy one per destination and it needs to lease to another alliance member. Also accept the leasing. And then in the engine overhaul center, we can lease to group mates and have to accept the lease, except for the first aircraft. We are not decided to lease a passenger aircraft and apply the cargo configuration to make it into a cargo one because it's really expensive. Cargo aircraft is an important asset of airline. Without aircraft, which is very hard to operate. Therefore, aircraft fleet planning is very important. It can reduce a lot of cash loss and debt pressure. We can save money to support airline business development. We use the Boeing 747-8F as our airline cargo aircraft. The payload of the 747-8F was 70% higher than the 747-400F. First of all, let me talk about the strategies of our alliance. All of our aircraft is Boeing 747-8F and the age of the aircraft is new, so we don't accept our aircraft to have C or D check that the maintenance costs become lower. Hong Kong is one of the regional hubs of Asia. Most cities in Asia can be reached within 5 hours by flights from Hong Kong, covering half of the world population. In 2016, Hong Kong International Aircraft handled 4.52 million tons of cargo. Our cargo industry is dominated by several multinational operators with extensive air and ground networks around the world and clear hub strategy of waiting until the aircraft are fully loaded. Hong Kong extensive air network enable carriers to ship goods to major cities in Asia on the same day and to the Australia, Europe, and American the following day. Hong Kong International Airport are also a cargo foreign center with facilities such as warehouse loading and unloading platforms. Resourcing share is more critical approach for cargo operation. Some of the airline may additionally ask for the helping airline, so the cargo airline teamwork is very important.
Our airline A, B, C, and D's profit margin is 0%. In the real period of operating airline, there are the following of some problems. First, there are so many different airlines can be chosen by passenger. They will according to the airline's service level, the staff professional image, the aircraft configuration, and the facility of the airline. So we need to provide a higher service level and upgrade our hardware regularly. It can make sure and improve our airlines can have our own value and keep our competitive in the aviation industry's market. And for example, we can provide more choices in the service, entertainment, and meal service to our customer. In the real period of operating airline, there are the following of. On the other side, we always getting lost because the low income and high cost is one of the reasons of it. We should solve it and can get profits to operate in the future. First, we setting the flight ticket prices. We should think it before, after the consider in detail, such as consider the flight distance, the flight demand from people, the meal service, and the staffing. Otherwise, it is very easy to get lost because there are so many aspects of cost. And so, for example, the staff salary, the fuel fees, the aircraft rent, the maintenance. Therefore, in the higher cost, we need to control the cost be carefully and with a planning. For example, we can control the staff of number using the less of human resource to do more work. In addition, when we set the schedule of the flights, there was sometimes called error and we find the one of problem was the aircraft turnaround time did not enough. So for my airlines, my minimum turnaround time is 45 minutes. So I need to set up the airline operational turnaround time is need to more than 45 minutes. However, sometimes the flights maybe have some special case such as flight delay, passengers personal reason. It can affect to change the original flight plan. So I need to make the turnaround time more than 45 minutes. So I change it to 60 minutes. Then I can let the flight can have more flexible time to do the turnaround procedure.
On the real period, when we operate the cargo airline, we have got some problems. There are two big problems that we are faced. First of all, is the COVID-19. It's now spread globally. It makes the global economy face a big challenge and make all the workers become a threat of the business. The global cargo capacity designed of 29% remains the same as last week. Trans-Pacific cargo capacity is 4% to 6% lower than last year, while transatlantic cargo capacity is over 50% lower than last year. Many countries can't import and export goods anymore, or the government will have some control on it. The control makes many cargo airlines can't import and export the cargo smoothly, but the airlines still need to pay for the staff, for the workers' salaries, rent, and all the goods can transfer to another places. So how can we solve it by ourselves? is the things that we haven't concerned. On this period, our airline has expenses a lot and the staff were having their forced unpaid leave. All we can do was that we need to request government to board the import and output and export control. Maybe when we have some goods needed to transfer from Melbourne to Hong Kong, all the goods needed to do a fully disinfected to make sure the safety. Also, we can try to develop another kind of work, such as not just help to transfer goods globally, maybe try to transfer the goods locally. Our home base was on Melbourne, so we transfer the goods from Melbourne to Sydney or to Brisbane. It maybe can help us to reduce the decrease of our airline. Develop the local route. The arrival and departure times of the flight are highly reliable, as airlines tend to be very on top of their schedules. Even missing a flight wouldn't cause much delay as there are usually flights departing every hours. Second big problem is about the schedule of the flight. Our key strategy is to focus on special products and priority products, which are of high yield. On the other hand, develop a new route or expand our route is the main part of how we can get more profit. We are not only transfer the goods from Melbourne to Hong Kong, but we would like to create a new route. It would be transfer goods from Melbourne to Beijing. Beijing Capital International Airport was the world's second business airport in terms of passenger traffic since 2010. In terms of good cargo traffic, Beijing Airport has also witnessed rapid growth. The cargo transportation station adopts advanced 24 hours continuous working computer management system. All cargo management information processing is in online operation mode combined with automatic control system, which can realize automatic system classification control for cargo handling. Beijing Cargo Transportation Station of Air China Cargo earnestly provide customers with competitive service and is committed to being the most professional air cargo station in the world. Therefore, we hope that when we started to use the new route, Melbourne to Beijing, it can bring us a double million income and let many people have a job.
During the review report, the airline and conductor identifies the problem is A and B check problem. Airlines and airworthiness departments casually refer to delayed inspections as inspections, usually one of the following: A. Inspection. B. Inspection. Airline does not start with powerful artificial intelligence depending on the type of aircraft, and our check is performed approximately every 400 and 600 flight hours or either 200 and 300 flights. It takes about 50 to 70 hours. Usually in the airport hangar, a check requires at least 10 working hours. The actual occurrences of these inspections varies depending on the type of aircraft, the number of flight cycles, or the number of hours from since the last inspection. If certain predetermined conditions are met. The airlines can delay the offenses. The B check is performed approximately every 6 to 8 months. Depending on the aircraft, this process requires about 100 to 180 hours, which usually need to be completed in the hangar within 1 to 3 days. The maintenance contracts can be divided into two major categories: pre-designed maintenance stations and secondary maintenance. Pre-designed maintenance stations are maintenance activities that are based on creating aircraft due to long-time maintenance plans. This type of plan must be issued over a long time frame because maintenance activities are rarely performed, and it takes a lot of time. Therefore, the resulting scheduled activity is quite long and only requires that a specified aircraft is on the ground at a specific airport within a specific time performed. Small maintenance inspections are usually performed at short intervals during the night. These inspections were not entirely fixed as pre-accorded activities in time. They can be of different kinds according to the way of defining the maximum interval between consecutive inspections. Generally, they are defined as the minimum number of flight hours or the maximum numbers of landings. However, in some cases, it can also be defined as the maximum numbers of certain days, regardless of how much time is spent during the period that is case of the long-term operating type. Another common type of industrial aircraft restricted is the so-called curfew or destination restrictions. These restrictions make it possible for certain aircraft to fly to certain destinations only at certain times or dates. There may be many reasons of the restriction. For example, the aircraft in question is too noisy to land at the destination, or its revealed there is fluid, therefore cannot land on a short landing runway. There may also be flight-related restrictions, such as an aircraft with too few fuel tanks to fly for more than a creating number of hours, or a lock and in-flight entertainment system required for long-haul flights. Since restrictions on destinations and flights can be modulated by prohibiting creating aircraft from operating creating flights, we call them all flight restrictions conditions, not the flight restrictions and aircraft specified. Some careful only depend on the time.